Hello, Mr. Banks.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Um, well, I just want to get right on into it. How did you feel about last week's visit?
Um, Excuse me, but I was actually happy when I left.
Mm-hmm.
I discussed some of the things with my wife and children, and it just was really good because when I went down to social service prior to meeting you, they were just really rude
Mm-hmm.
in a sense and were talking down on me, making me feel
Mm-hmm.
less than a person when we're all humans. And
Mm-hmm.
I just really was just, feeling weird afterwards and
Mm-hmm.
overwhelmed. But after talking to you, everything was good. Like
Mm-hmm.
you made me feel like, okay, like I was, I loved it.
That's good. Well, what is something that you took from me?
Um, I took that although I'm not where I am in life, like where I want to be in
Mm-hmm.
life, with, confidence and change, I can get there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're saying that. Well, today, I want to do a few exercises with you. But for starters, I want you to make a noise describing how you feel. It could be any noise. It could be any kind of. It could be stupid. It doesn't matter.
Um, Wait, that wasn't the noise. I was thinking.
It's okay. Take your time.
Whew.
Why not? Why not?
Because I know when I leave here, I'm gonna have a weight lifted off of my shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna help me get to where I want to be in life.
Okay. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to take out of all of our meetings. But am going to reiterate that everything we discuss will be confidential unless I feel that you could cause harm to yourself or someone else.
Mhm.
Um, well, I was going over your action plans and I see that you wanted to work on your major goals was to work on transportation, education, and finding a job. Have you
Mhm.
been looking for a job on your own outside of IB? Have
Yes,
you
I
had
actually
any?
have just a couple,
Mm-hmm.
nothing too serious,
Mm-hmm.
but I have looked into some.
Mm-hmm. What were they?
I just looked into like, how I do my little side jobs for
Mm-hmm.
neighbors, so just things like that. That's why I said nothing too serious, just something that would get me by.
Mm-hmm. And were those good? Did you get a good amount of work done for people?
Um, yes, I can say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And did they help you get by for that week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that's good. Um, about the transportation, how have you been going about that? Have you still been getting rides from your brother-in-law? Have you got a bus
Mm-hmm.
pass?
I still get jobs from my brother-in-law.
Okay, what about the bus pass?
I didn't do that yet because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't get by to, get enough money for that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that I'm really trying to save up for.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this thing like I put $1 in the jar
Mm-hmm.
every day, and hopefully, by the time it's like by the end, I can have enough to get a bus pass.
Well, that's good, but you might want to try putting maybe $2 or $1 some change in there. That way, it can add up faster. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I noticed we've been talking about transportation, but I haven't. We haven't even discussed a driver's license. Do you have a driver's license?
No.
Is that something that you want to? Do you want to get your driver's license?
Hmm.
Have you been to the DMV to see what you need for your driver's license? See if you have to pay anything or do the documents
No,
that
I
you have to
haven't.
have? Okay, well, this week I want you to really go to the DMV to see what you need to get your license. But we do have classes.
Hmm.
I can set up for you to take driving classes. That way, they'll help you with your basic driving skills, how to operate a motor vehicle. They'll teach you how to drive an automatic as well as a stick shift. So,
Hmm.
because you never know what kind of situation you're going to be in or what kind of car you can afford. Um, they'll teach you some of the different laws that you might
Hmm.
need to know, just in case you get stopped by the police, because I know police, they think that they're above the law when they're really not, and they think that we are ignorant to the laws.
Mhm.
So they'll teach you that as well,
Mhm.
and then they'll work with the DMV, and then work on getting, having you do the actual driving test,
Mhm.
but the only thing is you would need your own vehicle.
Okay.
Do you think you would be able to use your brother-in-law's vehicle? Or if he would go with you?
I'm really not sure, but that's something I could talk about with him and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll definitely look into it.
Okay. But not worst case scenario, but if that doesn't work, I can come with you to the DMV and that way you can use my vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be,
Yes.
would you be okay to do that? Have you ever driven a vehicle?
Not really.
Mm. So, about education, have you looked into any educational programs? Have you decided whether you want to go to regular training classes or your GED?
I actually looked into both. I
Mhm.
know with like one place they were saying that because of the type of field it is and the training that they would be teaching, that they would have to send me away
Mm-hmm.
for a couple of months to learn the trades.
Mm-hmm.
But they would pay me while I was there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
But you know, I do have a family,
Yeah.
and I don't just want to up and leave them for
Mhm.
months. Although my wife does have a job and stuff,
Mhm.
I don't want to leave them for months at
Right.
a time just to learn a trade.
Mhm.
Although I would be getting money that I could send back home, but
You just want to be away from it.
yeah, and my grandchild miss a time away for the holidays, and that's just something I'm just not willing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did they say how long you'll be gone? Is it a couple of weeks?
no, it was actually like a couple of months of the type of training, and they really want you to make sure that you have the skills down pat.
Mm-hmm.
But afterwards, they will help you get a job.
Mm-hmm.
So that really did sound good, but they will move me, and I still will have to have some type of education.
Mm-hmm.
So with the education, then doing that, I don't know, it just didn't seem good. So I was gonna go to some classes.
Mm-hmm. GED classes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, have you looked into, I know I told you about the GED class at the local high school, but what I also took into consideration is that you're an adult, so you're older than them, and they might not be, developed like you mentally. So I was also thinking about the college because they offer GED courses too, and that way you'll be around different people of different ages. Is that something you want to look into? Do you want to look into that on your own, or would you like to just say?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I am pretty shy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the college. I do want to do that,
Mhm.
though. So could I start off at the high school and then transfer to the college, or is it like more so one or the other?
It's not one of the, it's whatever you want to do, whatever you think that you may be comfortable doing.
Yeah, I would like to start off at the high school first, and then once I get a feel of that, might
Mhm.
go on to the college one
Mhm.
to get it.
Okay, that's understandable. Well, the GED classes are offered on Saturdays. Are you here on Saturdays
Mhm.
from 8 to 2?
Mhm.
Okay, well, I can set that up. But if you end up not liking it, we can just move you, go on over to the community college. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, as far as jobs, have you been looking for anything?
No.
You haven't? Have you been trying to work on a resume?
No.
You haven't been working on a resume? Well, we do have resume writing classes. They'll teach you the basic format for setting up a resume as well as setting up a cover letter. Would you be interested in those?
Mhm.
And what kind of jobs were you interested in? Because I found some contracting jobs.
Mhm.
I found construction, janitorial, and fast food, and the auto shop.
I really like construction.
Oh yeah, we had the ship down too. Because I know you had experience doing in the shipyard doing.
Yeah, I like
Right.
those two, construction and shipyard.
Okay. Well, the construction job is actually, I think that would be good for you because they do provide transportation for you. It's not your own transportation, but they have a guy that comes out and picks up the workers as well as take them home.
Mhm.
Is that something you want to do? Okay. What else I want to do with you today is I noticed that at social services as well as meeting with you the first time that you were a bit hesitant. Is that because you were embarrassed? You felt shy?
The above actually,
Mhm.
because you know how I say the stuff about my education. So it's just really new to me,
Mhm.
and it really does bring down my confidence a lot.
Mhm. Well, I'm not sure if I mentioned this to you at the beginning, but we do have a confidence group. Did I say about that? Where you,
I'm not sure.
well, basically it's teaching you the basic introduction methods, techniques. You basically introducing yourself, telling me about yourself. You can share with them any information that you want to, but if you don't feel like sharing any personal information, you don't have to, because they also have a confidentiality agreement. Okay. So, well, would you like to work on something that might go on in the confidence first, or something? Do one of those steps. Okay. I'm gonna leave the room for a minute. And I'm gonna come back. Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
My name is Justin. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Buddy.
Nice to meet you. What brings you here today?
I don't have any confidence, so hopefully this class can help me work on that.
Mhm.
Sure.
Mine is basically self-esteem. But why do you feel like you don't have confidence?
Because I don't have an education,
Mhm.
so I feel like a lot of people look down on me
Mhm.
and judge me without even getting to know me.
Yeah.
So they really mess with my self-esteem.
Mhm.
So,
That's basically my problem because I got talked about teased in high school and elementary school, so I've been struggling with my self-esteem for quite some time, right? But working with this group, it's helped me so much. I've gained not a lot more confidence because I've only been coming for 2 weeks, but it's given me a little bit more confidence. I don't feel as intimidated when I meet somebody that's outspoken. I feel like I can have an actual conversation.
oh, that's good. Hopefully I can get to that point.
Is this your first meeting?
Yes.
I think you'll like it because I really do love it and it really helps a lot and you can meet different people. And that way you can also network because you never know who's going to be in the meeting. But it's almost time for me to go. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Let's see. See, there you go right there. You didn't come off like you didn't have confidence because you were able to hold a conversation without it being any awkward silence. So the confidence class is something that you really want to do?
Yes.
Okay, well I can set that up as well as talk to the resume writing people and the driving classes. And I'll contact the GED program at the community college. Would you be able to get there? Like, would your brother-in-law be able to take you and stuff?
Yeah, I could ask or get on the bus possibly.
And you did say that you've been putting money aside in the job for the bus pass. How much do you think you collected so far?
$12.
$12. So you've been close to it. It's not much more. So I'm gonna end this right here, and I'm gonna set up everything for you, and I'm gonna contact you with the information, the addresses, phone numbers, emails, whatever you need to contact them. I want you to contact them ASAP. And I'm gonna keep in contact with them too, just to make sure that you're doing your part. But so far, you're doing most of what I want you to do because you're taking the initiative of actually looking for things for yourself, and that's what I was hoping for. You're going not above and beyond, but you're better than most of my clients. You're doing better than most of my clients because some of them sit around and do nothing, and they expect me to do everything. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to say anything. You understand? But I really do appreciate it, and I'm very proud of you. But I'm going to get back with you on the information so that way you can do this as quickly as possible. because college is about to run out and students need jobs as well. So next week.
Next week.
Okay.
All right.